Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So today's upload, as you can tell by the title, we'll be talking about a powerful fall storm that may be tracking its way into the eastern United States. That's really where it's gonna blow up, and that's gonna occur in a few days. Probably closer towards the weekend though. And if you are new to this channel, hello and welcome. I do all sorts of weather-related content. I am a hobbyist, not a meteorologist. I've proved my worthy through the accuracy in my forecasts, and that will be, that's your decision to make whether I'm accurate or not. And if you would like to join, consider check out the channel, check out my videos, see for yourself. You could always unsubscribe. So, and if you are a returning viewer or would like to support the channel, liking the video would be amazing. So let's get into this without further ado. The models are all over the place. There are a lot of different variations of the storm. So most models, I would say, are showing a storm system and an impactful storm system across generally the eastern United States. Now, of course, that's pretty vague, but at least we have confidence in the storm actually occurring. Now, the details and the timing is, again, all over the place. There's certain models that are showing 3 separate waves kind of developing into storm systems. I'm just going to classify it as one storm. So definitely something interesting. And we have to go through all of these models in today's video. So let's start talking about this. Let's begin with the GFS. Again, we do have Hurricane Teddy, a very expansive Category 1 hurricane across the just south of Nova Scotia. It will make landfall in Nova Scotia and then eventually move through Labrador, Newfoundland, and affecting portions of eastern Quebec as well, and that will definitely be a concern, but that quickly does disappear and it becomes much weaker. It becomes a tropical storm and depression because of the cool waters. Notice we have a storm moving on to the west, right across Washington, Oregon, into British Columbia, so lots of precipitation, and that's what we kind of want to watch. We also want to watch this system right here. This is the kind of the remnants, the tropical storm, if you will. I think this was Beta, yeah, Beta, tropical storm Beta. And notice still a lot of floating precipitation around, kind of getting waiting to get used, if you will, the ingredients. And notice we have a little wave right here that comes out from the mountains. It currently is stuck across the Wyoming, Montana area, and this wave really comes out into the central United States really Wednesday into Thursday. Now, this wave doesn't amount to much, but still a few showers and storms could occur across Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, South Dakota, North Dakota. Again, these storms would, still be impactful, but they are not really to do with that big storm system. So, don't be confused if you get some rain across these locations and, think that it came ahead of time. That's most likely gonna not be too impactful, and it's not really a storm system, if you will. However, what we do get is a pretty large storm system right here, developing from the one that's going to make its way onto shore in the next few days. Right there, you can see that wave transitions slowly and then moves out into the Ontario, Quebec area. And that's where it kind of originates, if you will, its strength. I mean, it originates off the west coast, if you will, but that's where it gets strong and starts spinning up lots of moisture. And earlier, it was thought that this storm would have influence and kind of help from this tropical moisture right here. It definitely does use some of it, but again, this storm was supposed to occur on the Saturday time frame, so it's a bit delayed, and what that caused this first storm to do is be weaker. It's not going to be as strong. You can see the precip from this tropics are kind of, they're disconnected. Notice, though, still heavy rain and large storms possibly across southern Canada, and this will basically move from north to south. There could be a trailing cool front, a cold front, if you will, across the Michigan, Illinois area into Sunday. And I'm not going over the timing over this, the direct, Sunday afternoon, Saturday evening, all that stuff, due to the fact that the timing is just so varied. I can't really make a average at this point. So let's start. I want to quickly go over just the general time. You can see this possibly occurring Saturday and Sunday. the first of the wave. Then we get a second one that also comes from the west. This one gets caught up in the jet stream, so it does move out pretty quickly. It does aid with some of the moisture. It is further to the south, so a good portion of North Lake Huron, Lake Superior, and a lot of the northeast, especially southern Canada, get a load of precipitation, a second load. And then we see this little guy following, so you can see it's kind of like the third wave, if you will. So definitely many pieces to the system, at least according to the GFS. And again, each model is slightly different. Notice this system takes a similar path, but it's further to the south. Ohio, Pennsylvania getting on some of that weather, and this one is definitely more wrapped up. We see packed isobars. That is indicative of some stronger winds. We see the cool air right here originating, starting to form because of all these storms, creating this flow. We had that first one, the second one, and this third one, and low pressures, they spin counterclockwise, so they over time bring in a lot of cool air into the eastern United States or wherever they occur, and in this case that is the eastern United States. Notice this thing spins up into a beast as it fully utilizes the Gulf Coast and tropical moisture, and notice 982 millibars, it just sends in the cold air, and also a lot of precipitation across the northeast and into Canada. Snow starts breaking out across Hudson Bay and James Bay, not unheard of for this time of the year. And notice we do get a nice cool off, and I made a video about that earlier today, and you can see that the models have definitely stayed consistent with that cool air, and the west and southwestern portions of Canada unfortunately are going to stay warm. That is not good news, but that is the forecast, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the GFS parallel. This is a model that is supposed to replace the GFS at some time. Who knows when? They don't know either, so it's still a bit up for grabs. And sorry about that. The GFS para model data is usually a bit delayed from the regular GFS, so sometimes you can see we're a couple model runs behind here. We're looking at the 6C Tuesday, September 22nd. That was a couple model runs ago, and the one I was just showing you with the regular GFS was the 18Z. So 2 model runs ahead, if you will. Notice very similar though. Tropical storm Beta, not Sally, the remnants of it at least, and you can see we have that first wave according to the GFS para. Again, disconnect with the tropical moisture. That wave kind of dissipates, creates a cold front across the Midwest that definitely could stir up a few showers and storms. And then we start seeing this larger second storm, which the GFS parallel kind of creates further to the east than than the regular GFS. So this definitely could be more impactful, and it probably would bring in more cold air as it's centered across further to the east. And you can see it brings snow showers into much of northern Lake Superior and kind of north of the Lake Superior border into Canada. Some snow showers across the UP and Wisconsin are definitely not out of the question. And notice that it continues an active pattern with lots of storms and even possibly some more tropical activity. But let's take a quick glance at these temperatures. I made a video about this, but I still want to show you. It could get pretty chilly. Frost freezes will be widespread. It's October 2nd at this time in the forecast, so the frosts are going to begin across the north pretty consistently at this point, especially when we have such a large storm system, right? So quick look at the Canadian. I just want to show you again, shows the cool air. You could see we're at the same time frame, but I want to show you the storm system, show you the differences and the similarities. Notice we do have that little batch of showers across Wednesday and Thursday. Again, nothing big, insignificant. The Canadian forms a low pressure pretty far to the north at relatively the same timing, and it does utilize a bit more of that tropical moisture than the other models. And notice that this storm definitely is powerful, a beast, if you will. And this thing is strong and does deliver a pack of cold air. So all models are agreeing around that time frame of September, late September, September 29th, 28th. We could be looking at a potentially powerful wind and rainstorm. Typical fall storm, that's what usually you get. Let's take a look at the European latest model run and take a glance at this. Notice we have that little wave across the Wisconsin, Minnesota area. We also have the remnants of Beta. And those move off. We see this weak low pressure kind of move off from the west. That really isn't our area of interest. Our area comes really from here but with the help of that system, it kind of starts forming precipitation now across the Midwest. You could see possibly a cold front moving through some showers and storms. Again, late Saturday, we'll have to see about that. I also want to make a point that this storm will get stronger as it moves off to the north. So if you live in northern Quebec, far to the north, this will become a pretty impactful storm. And even, portions of Nova Scotia and Labrador, Newfoundland could get impacted by some stronger winds than usual because of this large storm system. And notice, this is where things get interesting. We see this little clipper. This is pretty much exact kind of a setup we could be looking at during the winter. Notice, comes from the north and west. We have a clipper, and we see lots of snow developing. Obviously not, but if it were to be a winter clipper, we would see this snow occurring because that's usually what clippers do. And you can see that this thing evolves into a large system, a pretty large beast, and has a large trailing cold front. And if during the winter time this occurs, but off the east coast, we could have a nor'easter. So you can see that the environment is already kind of in place. Again, look at that, very, very strong 979, very low pressure, strong winds. Huge waves across the lakes, especially since the water levels are high across all of them. And notice that the European definitely keeps things interesting. We see a large system, a huge trailing cold front pushing loads of precipitation into the northeast, and that eventually does move away, but you can see scattered showers and rain events are persisting after that. If you were watching these videos a couple days ago, the big change that has occurred is this guy. This one was supposed to be a bit stronger originally, but you can see that one really doesn't do much, and it doesn't have the organization that it has. You can see that the tropical moisture moves out a bit quicker than thought, so these two can't really work together, and what occurs is just two separate systems that never have the chance to kind of combine. And we do see this system, though, however, still pose a very large threat. And let's take a look at the 2-meter temperatures and anomalies. Take a glance at this and notice that very warm temperatures up until this weekend, when we start getting that storm system spinning in that cooler air, which starts dominating the eastern United States. But up until then, lots of warmth, and in some locations, just heat, remarkable heat. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's the update for today, and I'll hopefully catch you all guys in the next episode. See ya.